Happy December and holiday season, everyone. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas for those of you that celebrate those. Happy birthday to all of you Sagittarians out there, as well as you Capricorns, because it'll be for those of you that have a birthday at the end of December. So before I get started with your reading, I want to go ahead and talk about the astrology of December. If you aren't interested in this or you don't want to listen, go ahead and skip ahead to your timestamp, which I will post below for your zodiac sign. Okay, so December should be a little bit more light of a month compared to some of our previous months. We have Jupiter entering Capricorn on December 2nd. So Jupiter will be in Capricorn for a year. It'll be a very lucky time for you Capricorns out there, and a chance for you to really focus on your goals and your accomplishments and what you want to achieve. You can really make a lot of progress next year with that placement. Jupiter is the planet of luck and good fortune and abundance. We have Mercury entering Sagittarius on December 9th. So for those few weeks, we'll be focusing more on expanding our perspectives, okay? Possibly traveling to other places in the country. You know, Mercury rules more short-term trips than long-term trips. Full moon in Gemini on December 12th. So that'll be a good time for you Geminis out there to wrap up the work that you've been doing this year. And for any of you that have, whatever house Gemini rules will be kind of the theme that we'll be letting go of and releasing for that full moon. Venus enters Aquarius on December 20th. So in terms of love and relationships, we'll be wanting to kind of reinvent and to be a little bit more creative and innovative in our relationships. The old status quo might be boring for those few weeks that Venus will be in Aquarius. It's a good time to try new things, to have conversations. It'll also be a good time to make money doing things that are unconventional. We have the winter solstice on the 21st. The sun enters Capricorn. And then we have a new moon solar eclipse on December 25th on Christmas for those of you that are on the Pacific coast. For those of you that are on the eastern coast, it'll be the 26th. But this new moon will be closing out we've already closed out most of the eclipses of the year. This one will close out in the beginning of next year. But it is a new moon, although because it's a solar eclipse, it's not the best new moon to be making new wishes. In general, you don't want to start projects in the middle of a solar eclipse season. Obviously, always go with your intuition, right? The stars are just meant to guide us, not tell us what to do. But it is going to be a very lucky new moon because not only is the moon going to be conjunct the sun, but Jupiter will also be conjunct the moon and the sun. Jupiter, as I just mentioned, is the planet of good luck and good fortune, and it'll be forming a beautiful trine to Uranus. So expect unexpected good things, unexpected good fortune, good fortune that comes seemingly out of nowhere. So it's going to be a really beautiful way to close out the year. The 28th, we have Mercury entering Capricorn, which begins the alignment of 5 planets that will be in Capricorn in the middle of next year. So I'm not going to talk too much about next year, although we have some very significant astrological events happening in January. All of us astrologers are very excited and anticipating what is going to happen because we're going to have this Saturn-Pluto conjunction on January 12th. It's going to be very significant. So stay tuned for the January readings because I will definitely talk about that and how that can impact you as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your 2019 and your time with family over the holidays. And so let's go ahead and get started with your reading. All right, let's go ahead and get started with Pisces. So Pisces, what is the theme for you for the month of December? Nightingale spirit. Love is all around. I love that. All right, let's go ahead and get a few tarot just to kind of clarify what we'll be working on this month. Okay, so I have 8 of Cups, which is about letting go, moving away from a situation that is no longer serving you, perhaps walking away from a relationship. And then I have Ace of Wands, which is starting new projects, new passions, creativity, exploring our creativity. This could also be a new interest, a new love interest. And then we have the Magician, which is you know, honing your skills, taking charge of what you are manifesting and what you are creating. So Ace of Wands is very similar energy. So what I'm immediately getting from this is being mindful of what you are creating, because we may be in a situation where we need to walk away from a relationship, or we need to turn inwards and reflect on what we've created, because this is, both of these cards are an energy of taking charge and taking responsibility for what we are manifesting. Okay, so let me pull some clarifying cards to see what this has to do with as far as love goes. So clarifying the Eight of Cups. All right, so I have respect and I have triggers. So with this, what I am getting, I'm getting two kind of separate stories here. I am getting, you know, if we have been over giving and over nurturing, as does tend to happen with you Pisces, because you are so kind and so generous, being aware of where you aren't being treated with respect. And if that is the case, you know, being willing to walk away from a situation where you aren't being treated with kindness and fairness. With this, I'm also getting making sure that we are treating others with respect. And respect isn't just, you know, honoring them or speaking kindly. Sometimes respect is also communicating your needs in a way that respects the other person's time and energy. So sometimes if we aren't accurately communicating because we don't want to hurt someone else's feelings, it can actually hurt them in the long run, because we aren't being upfront about our needs and about our feelings, and that isn't really respectful of the other person as well. So it's being aware of other people's needs, and that sometimes, you know, being aware of what you are creating and manifesting, and if it is showing up in terms of a lack of respect in terms of how others are treating you, but as well as how you are treating others, being mindful of that, because someone else may be walking away from you this month because they don't feel respected. So I feel like it can go both ways, because we've also got triggers here as well. So being aware of how we're being triggered, being willing to do the inner work to work through those triggers so that we can get ourselves back to a place of strength and of healing. I'm also getting some insecurity here, or perhaps we are trying to force things in relationships, or again, we might be overgiving and we're in a toxic relationship. So the reminder here, I feel, is to be aware that love is everywhere. You know, it really is. Don't get too hung up on or obsessing over a certain relationship to be your source of love, because it may be an unhealthy situation that we need to move away from. Okay, so let me clarify. Ace of Wands. Okay, so when clarifying the Ace of Wands, I have completion. This is the World card. This card has come up for a number of other zodiac signs as well. So I feel like a lot of you are in completion cycles this month, which makes sense because it's the 12th month of the year and we are closing out 2019. So this looks to be the case for you as well, Pisces. We are closing out old cycles. We are being aware of our triggers and perhaps walking away from certain situations as a part of our self-mastery and completing this current cycle. I also have possibilities. So with this is Two of Wands. I'm really getting, you know, being mindful of what we are creating, because there are possibilities on the horizon for us, and we may have to make a choice. This is also a card of choice, choosing what's best for us, choosing what's in alignment with our passion and with our higher calling. So again, because we have so much emphasis on manifestation here with this Ace of Wands and the Magician, it's being mindful of what we are creating, and we may have to make a choice this month. I am seeing, you know, choosing whether to walk away or not. Choosing to step forward and be open and honest in a relationship out of respect for someone else, maybe owning up to our own contributions to a relationship, or choosing to walk away because we aren't being respected. So it does look like there may be a choice involved this month for you Pisces. So let me go ahead and clarify the Magician. Let's clarify the Magician. Okay, that one wanted to come out. All three of them wanted to come out. All right, so we have car, getting into the driver's seat of your own life. That is definitely the Magician. The Magician is very much in charge, as is Ace of Wands. It's all about taking charge because we do have a choice ahead of us. And it has to do with love. We have take care of yourself. Cat. Take care of yourself. Trust that if you do, you'll always land on your feet. So again, I'm also getting speaking up for your needs. Standing up for your own needs is important. Making sure that you are being respected and being open and honest and upfront about your needs is going to be important this month. And then I have computer. Upgrade your mental software. So I'm getting definitely some reflection for you Pisces this month, you know, thinking about this decision, whether to walk away from a situation that's no longer serving us or to have an open and honest conversation with someone because perhaps they're thinking about walking away, or we just feel like things are not working, we're being triggered. So yeah, be mindful of your thoughts and how they create your reality. Instead, focus on just taking care of yourself, honoring your own needs, communicating them with others, and then taking charge of your own life. So I'm seeing that this month is not going to be a passive month for you Pisces. It really is a month to take action in creating the world, the job, the relationships, specifically relationships, because I am getting the love card here, that you want, and being mindful of how your words and actions are creating the situation that you currently find yourself in, for better or for worse. So a little bit of tough love for you Pisces, but be willing to take care of yourself and honor yourself. And if you need to walk away from a situation, then walk away. Taking charge of your own well-being is important, okay? And taking responsibility for what you are creating and the choices that you're making. All right, so let me close out with one last message for Pisces for December. You are good enough. I love this. Right alongside love is all around. So yeah, I'm definitely getting some of you are going to be making a tough decision about whether to stay in a relationship or stay in a situation where you're not being respected and you're not being treated with kindness. And it is about taking charge and taking responsibility for that situation and for your own well-being. Okay, because there is a decision to be made. And so know that you are good enough, you are worthy, and that love is everywhere, right? There isn't a lack of it. You can find it everywhere. So that is a kind of soothing final message for you Pisces that are really deliberating about what to do. Make sure that you are honoring yourself and that you are being treated with respect. And if not, being willing to make the choices necessary to get out of an unhealthy situation, okay? So that is Pisces. Moving on to Cancer. Cancer. What is the theme for you for the month of December? A rebirth is reassured. All right, I feel like that's super relevant because we do have this Capricorn new moon solar eclipse at the end of this month. This has been a year of eclipses in the Cancer Capricorn axis, so I'm sure you Cancers will be feeling this eclipse as well. It is a time to be reborn. So let me pull some tarot cards to get some specific messages for you Cancers. All right. So we're getting some interesting energies here. I've got Eight of Wands, which is a card of momentum, of moving forward. Although I'm honestly not getting that with this card. I'm seeing more the tornado in this situation, because I feel like this tornado is almost sweeping through and clearing out anything that is a part of what needs to die so that there can be rebirth. So I've also got Three of Pentacles. This is about building foundations, building security for yourself. It's about focusing on relationships that nurture you, long-term relationships. And then we also have the Hermit, which is about taking some time out for reflection, taking some time alone, focusing on turning inwards and finding peace within. All right, so let me pull some clarifier cards for each of these because I'm still not quite sure what's going on. Need to get some more information. Clarifying this Eight of Wands, please. All right, we have sensitivity and we have strength. So with this Eight of Wands, whatever this tornado is that's coming through your life, and it doesn't have to be an extreme tornado. I don't want you guys to get super freaked out, but there is a rebirth happening. So there are some things that need to go or that need to be shed so that we can have this rebirth. And so I'm seeing that there may be some discernment going on this month, because you're going to be asked to be sensitive and aware of your environment, of your relationships, to kind of ward off too much of this tornado taking over, and focusing only on the things that bring you strength. So there may have to be an elimination process on your part, Cancer, in terms of cutting out things that are no longer serving you in order to take control of this tornado rather than letting it take control of you. And so being sensitive and aware of your environment and the people around you and choosing things that bring you strength. So definitely discernment is going to be a key theme for you this month. Let me clarify. Three of Pentacles. Oops. Clarifying Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I keep getting like opposites here. Sensitivity and strength. Okay, so Three of Pentacles, I have friendliness, Two of Cups, and then I have the Devil. Two very different energies. So Two of Cups is a card of harmony, of balance, of choosing cooperation and diplomacy over fear and defensiveness and lack. So, you know, this is the Devil card. It's definitely a card of ego, of fear, of obsession, of anxiety, of addiction, of clinging, desire, unhealthy clinging. And then we have Two of Cups, which is healthy, harmonious, balanced relationships. So again, I keep getting discernment here. And so in order to provide for yourself a strong and stable foundation, which is what Three of Pentacles is all about, we have to practice discernment in terms of who we let in, who we choose to build strong relationships with, and who perhaps is not serving anymore. Two of Cups is also choosing what nurtures you versus the Devil, things that aren't nurturing you. So I do see some choices ahead of you this month, Cancer. Not necessarily major choices, but more discernment, you know, choosing what's healthy for you versus what isn't healthy for you, because there may be some turbulence going on in your life and it's all contributing to your rebirth. But again, it's going to be making choices, choosing what's good for you. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify the Hermit. So when clarifying the Hermit, I have Teeth, which is take a bite out of life. Take a bite out of life is kind of an energy of indulgence, exploration, adventure, kind of similar to the Devil energy. It's just enjoying sensual pleasures, enjoying life, living it up. This is the more negative side of it when we are overindulging. And then I also have Falling. Drop into the deep end of your soul, which really resonates with the Hermit because the Hermit is about turning inward. So again, these are kind of opposite energies again, because, you know, taking a bite out of life is all about living that sense of adventure, being impulsive, spontaneous, indulgent, right? And then dropping to the deep end of your soul is about turning inward, right? Almost rejecting the external pleasures, finding sanctuary within yourself instead. So again, I don't feel like in all of these circumstances one is bad and the other is good. I mean, we definitely don't want to be in the Devil energy, although he serves a purpose because he shows us where we are clinging too much and desiring too much for things to be a certain way, or where we are overindulging and where there isn't healthy balance. But you know, there's nothing wrong with being adventurous and taking a bite out of life, enjoying life to the fullest. So in some of these scenarios, I think it is about choices, and some of it, I think it's just about balance, you know, creating a balance between going inward and nurturing your soul and reflecting, and then also enjoying life. Okay, so I feel like the key word for you Cancers this month really is discernment, being aware of your choices. You know, how are your choices leading to peace and tranquility, or how are they leading to this turbulence? And there may have to be some choices made to cut some things out that aren't serving you, and it may be a balance between, you know, reflection and turning inward, and then enjoying life and enjoying your loved ones. So listen to your body, listen to your intuition to know in each given moment, you know, in order to tap into your inner strength, what is it that's being asked of you. Okay, because a rebirth is assured, so there is going to be some shedding for sure, and it's just going to be about, it's going to be a balancing act for you Cancers this month. But definitely be aware of your intuition, be aware of your body, and I do think it's healthy to sit and reflect and meditate and turn inwards as well from time to time, just to check in with where you're at and how you're feeling about your choices and about your environment. Okay, final message for Cancers. Yeah, time for healing. A time for healing. So a lot of emphasis on reflection this month, Cancer, especially with the solar eclipse coming up for you at the end of this month, which is going to be in that Cancer Capricorn axis. It's the solar eclipse in Capricorn, so it's going to be activating the opposite house of your sun. So definitely going to be some rebirth, some healing this month, and just being aware of your choices, okay, and practicing discernment. That is your message, Cancers. Hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. Last but not least, Scorpios. What theme are we working with in December for you Scorpios out there? Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. All right, so let me pull some tarot cards just to see what and all this has to do with. What are the themes and lessons we're going to be working on this month? All right, so we have the Tower. So the Tower is a card of major shifts. It is a card of collapsing of old realities, old belief systems. It can also be, you know, a job loss or relationship change. It usually indicates major changes that may shift our point of view. And then we also have the Death card, again, which you guys had last month as well. So I feel like we are still closing out some old cycles and still letting go of some things that aren't serving us anymore. I think December looks like it's going to be a very transformative month for you Scorpios. And so again, it's important to take things slow. Don't try to rush things or force things, because there are some major shifts going on for you this month. Last card I have here is Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is a card of insight, inspiration, communication, new contact. So let me get some clarifying cards for these just to see what and all these have to do with, okay? Clarifying the Tower. Okay. Well, I'm clarifying the Tower. I have flow and I have acceptance. So both of these cards are pretty passive cards. They're not very action oriented. They don't really require you doing anything, you know, going with the flow and surrendering to the natural unfolding of events and accepting what you can't change. So I do see that whatever still has to crumble or shift in your life this month, Scorpio, it's really not anything that you have to do anything about. It's kind of divine intervention. So I know that might not be easy to hear, but I'm seeing that you don't really have to do anything so much as just allow what needs to fall away, fall away. Allow what is no longer healthy or good for you to fall away, or wherever you are being asked to change or to evolve, just trust that it is for your higher good. I know that's easier said than done, but with these cards, I really am just getting, you know, just accept things the way they are. Don't try to force them, because it's only going to lead to more friction and suffering, and just kind of go with the flow. Trust the natural unfolding of things. All right, so it is going to be a surrender month for you Scorpios. because we have this turtle as well. Slow and steady, taking it easy, going along with the natural pace of things. All right, let me clarify the Death card. Okay, well, that's pretty positive. So with the Death card, I have Three of Cups, celebration. This is a card of joy, of friendship, of just reveling in the things that fulfill you, spending time with the people that really fulfill you, you know, card of celebration. So I'm not seeing that this is something that's on the horizon. I'm seeing that this is something that has already happened, this Death card, which is a finality, some kind of closing or ending or cycle ending in your life. And I also have the Consciousness card. So I do see that whatever has ended or is ending, it's serving your higher good. It's clearing the path for more joy, more fun, more creativity, and higher consciousness. So I do see you evolving this month, Scorpio. Again, I have a lot of water energy for you, so definitely a lot of surrender, go with the flow energy. You know, what I have come to understand about the Tower card as a reader is that Tower moments are actually really beautiful moments. They aren't fun or comfortable by any means. In fact, sometimes they can be quite life-altering. But on the other side of a Tower moment is a higher, more mature, more capable, more skilled version of you, you know. So it really does clear the pathway for growth, for massive growth. And I see that's what's happening for you this month. But it's not something that needs to be forced this month. It's kind of, I really do see this Death card as something that's already happened or is being finalized right now. And so again, it's just trusting and going with the flow and allowing things to resolve themselves naturally. All right, so let's clarify this Ace of Swords. Woo! Clarifying Ace of Swords. All right, so I'm clarifying the Ace of Swords. I have fled, express the ocean of your emotions. That's very much in alignment with this flow card. So the action that I do see us needing to take this month, Scorpio, is being open and honest about your feelings, about your desires, not so much wanting to control things, because again, we have, you know, turtle spirit. Being open with others about how you feel, about what you want, expressing your needs is going to be important. And then I also have embrace your wild side. So again, with this, I'm just getting surrender to the present moment, going with the flow, allowing yourself to even have some fun this month if things have been really rough for you lately, which it looks like they have been, possibly with these cards that are in development. Allowing yourself to have fun this month, to focus on things that bring you joy, right? Because we have this card celebration here. But with expressing the ocean of your emotions, Ace of Swords is a card of communication. So I do see that it's important to communicate with those you care most about, as far as your needs and emotions go, because that's going to bring you closer together to those you care about, right? You can't have this joy and celebration with people if there isn't intimacy and trust. And so I am seeing that in order to create that this month, there needs to be communication about your needs and your feelings. Okay, so as far as action goes, that's really the only thing that I am seeing this month that is important for you to be aware of and to act on, is being open about your needs and your feelings. All right, so let's close out the reading for Scorpios with one final message for December. Confidence is key to your success. All right, so with this, I'm actually getting trust. That seems to be a keyword. surrender and trust seems to be a keyword for you this month as well, because, you know, things are changing and shifting. We may have left some people or some situations behind, and in order to go with the flow, it really does mean trusting in the natural unfolding of things. So you don't have to force things, you don't have to rush in and fix them. Confidence in the outcome is really what I'm getting with this, you know, trusting in the outcome and just taking things slowly. So take some time for reflection this month, Scorpio. Take some time to spend with your loved ones and be willing to just express your needs and your emotions, because it's going to foster this greater connection with them, which it seems like you are going to need. After this Tower moment, you are going to need the people that you care about to really support you as you are rebuilding this tower, so to speak. All right, but it is a month of surrender, Scorpio. So just go with the flow. Go with the flow this month. I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. Have a wonderful holiday, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.